Looky, looky. Finally. It's raining. Haven't got a lot yet, but at this point we'll take whatever we can get. But we have puddles again, and this time we enjoy the fact that we have puddles. I think we're up to like 3/10 of an inch. It's not gonna last much longer, but we'll take whatever we can get. Puddles. I'm liking it. Got about 4/10 of an inch. It's stopped now. We could definitely use more, but hey, I'll take it. Walking over here to this cornfield across from the shop. And as you can see, we're gonna deal with some weeds. I mean, you can see the spray did work on some, it's dying. Some it didn't, but anyways. The rows are closing in, as you can see, looking down through them. And this corn is now, well, here's my waist. The leaves are up to my waist. The stalk itself is above my knee now by, oh, I don't know, 6 inches. But you look out into that, and the rows are closed in, so. What weeds we do have, buddy, get out of the middle of the road. What weeds we do have should be suppressed here soon, because it's in canopy. Let me turn it. Come on, zoom button, where the hell are you? Those beans are looking better over there. They actually have a green color to them now. So, we have gotten some rain, which is what we desperately needed. And hopefully it stays, you know, kind of cloudy, crappy looking today. Because the longer it stays, longer it stays looking like that, the less the daytime heating is going to suck this moisture out of the ground for us. So that's a good thing. Thumbs up to the rain. So, all right, I am spraying beans. Just pulled into this field, getting the sprayer folded out. I just sprayed the piece behind my house. That's done. It's a little breezy, but it's not horrible. I'm getting the booms down where I want them. I have about, I don't know, 35 acres roughly of anhydrous left to do, which I'm going to do tomorrow. These early beans were, especially the ones behind my house, starting to get a little ragged looking. Whoa, settle down there. High on the RPMs. So I decided I better get to them. We'll see how easy this is holding on to you while I do them. Going around the very first time here, although when I get up on top of this hill I'll be next to another bean field, so that won't bother me so bad. As you can see, I got my foam markers on. I don't have GPS. I do everything by foam marker when it comes to doing the beans. That bean field right there next to this one was planted later, so that's why they look smaller. So we are spraying beans 2020. They don't look half bad. We just got a ½ inch of rain yesterday, and a little bit, like 4/10 yesterday, and 1/10 of an inch again during the night last night. Some little storm came through. So that ½ inch of rain is the first rain we've had in 3 weeks. Everything is kind of greened up and looking better. But unfortunately, today is Sunday. What is today? 27, 28, whatever the hell it is. And they don't show any rain in the next like 10-day forecast. by the middle end of next week, they're showing like 88 to 93. So we will need rain again. But all right, so starting to spray 2020 soybeans. Oh, got the boom a little too low over there. So, all right, so like I said, tomorrow we'll be finishing up the last 35 acres of anhydrous. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we don't break anything, because them other stupid spring teeth have never come in. So, and then we will continue on with spraying the soybeans. I also put a residual in my soybean spray. Obviously it's not going to work very well probably, but these are big enough, as you can see, that these need spraying. And the piece behind my house had some velvet leaf in it that was getting pretty good size. So alright, so I'll bring you back. Here's my one field of no-till beans. They are ugly. They didn't come up that good. So the stand isn't that good because it's been so dry. The weeds are horrible. May look thick in the camera, but they're not. A lot of what you see is weeds. This is why we bought the Terra disc and we disc everything. But that night I decided this field had no ruts in it. Let's go try it. Yeah, nope, not anymore. All right, it's about 7:15 Sunday night. I just finished that tank full of spray of beans. There's two deer up on the hill. I'm wondering if they were the bucks we saw yesterday. We saw two really nice bucks up there. But anyways, I'm gonna finish this video out with, well, I don't remember when it was, 3, 4, 5 videos ago, whatever. I did my rant about what's going on in this country, and if you recall, I said I wasn't going to address it again. Well, I am addressing it again right now, and I'll tell you why. Because those of you who've been with me for quite a while, you know I'm on my county legislature. Well, I wrote a letter to the editor, to our local liberal rag, in plain English. And basically it was a short letter just saying, you know, what's going on in this country. Is it really a Black Lives Matter protest when you're burning down buildings, when you're looting, when you're beating people up, when you're killing people? You know, last weekend, Father's Day weekend, they said there was 100 shootings just in that weekend in Chicago. Any of you that watch the national news will see that they were showing pictures of, you know, black kids under the age of 10 that were murdered. And the sad part is, like it or not, look up the statistics. I mean, it's mainly black on black killing. So, long story short, my letter, the local NAACP in Cayuga County here where I live, they ran with it. Yep, I'm a racist. I'm, you know, inciting racial injustice, you know, and I'm for it and all this. Even though in the letter I put, why are we tearing down statues? Why are we trying to abolish the past? Aren't you supposed to learn from your past? You can't learn from it if you abolish it. And I said the people that are doing these things are absolute idiots. And where is the black leaders like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and those people when you have all these killings going on in New York City and Chicago and all these other big liberal cities, by the way? No, they don't. The only time Black Lives Matter is if a white cop kills a black person. And like I said, that guy that kneeled on George Floyd's neck, he deserves to go to jail. But to tear down the country because of it is insane. I don't know if the sun's shining in the door here. I don't know where I should be standing. But anyways, so now there's just a huge shit show going on in our county. Like I said, it's 7:15. 15 minutes ago, the Democrats were going to have a caucus to talk about what to do with me. Well, there's nothing you can do to me. I mean, and I just started my second 4-year term. I'm 6 months into it. So in 3.5 years, if the people in my district don't want me, they can boot my ass. And that's even if I decide to run for a third term. But I will say I've had a lot of people texting me and calling me today agreeing with what I said. Because the problem is nobody will speak up and say it. But is there racism in this country? Yes. And it's a two-way street. But it's insane what's going on. So anyways, I'm in the middle of this shitstorm going on here. You know, they want me to retract what I said. I told them no. You know, and he probably will watch this because I know he watches a lot of my videos, but I'm friends with the sheriff and he knows I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement, but he's one of the ones that has been kind of trying to, in a sense, I think, get me to retract it so that this doesn't snowball. Well, if it snowballs, it's not because of me. So it's because of them. The people who are twisting my words, the leader of the local NAACP, trying to make this into something more than it is. Why is it that the First Amendment apparently only applies to liberals, but if you're a conservative, you don't have the right to the First Amendment? So unless you agree with them, then you have the right to it. But so it's crazy. You know, I hate bringing this shit up on this channel, but I just thought I'd let you know that, you know, for the rest of you out there who might agree with me that you think what's going on in this country is bullshit, well, I stood up for it here at my local level, but one of our retiring state assemblymen, who I think is useless anyhow, he come out and condemned me. He's a Republican, but no, excuse me, he's a rhino, a Republican in name only. We got a lot of those. So, but you know what? I'm not going to retract what I said. I'm not going to apologize for what I said. You know, I put in my letter that, and these were numbers I got from the FBI statistics. 9 unarmed black people were killed in this country last year. 19 unarmed white people. I think I said this in my last rant about this. And 50 cops. Well, the NAACP guy, he corrected me and said, no, it was 48 cops. Oh, I'm sorry. And he said that it was 13 unarmed black people. Who cares? The numbers don't pan out for what you're trying to sell, is what it amounts to. And none of us were here 200 years ago. But apparently nobody's going to remember that anyhow because we're tearing down statues. They want to tear down, you know, stained glass and the cross now too and shit like that because apparently Jesus was a racist. Who knew? But it's sickening, but it's just bullying in plain English, but you picked the wrong guy to bully. So, all right, do me a favor, like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram, Andy the Grumpy Farmer. And I'm going to the house to eat dinner now.